What's up, everybody? Happy Wednesday. Hope all you're having a great day so far. Um, I enjoyed this episode of GH. I really did. This 15,000 episode. I enjoyed it. I thought it was cute. It was fun. It was good to see a lot of the cast members all, sticking together for the same cause, um, which was saving Laura at this point. Her job as mayor of Port Charles was in jeopardy. Somebody had filed a damn recall against her as mayor, and I guess the group was calling themselves the Friends of Port Charles or something like that. And they were just all trying to figure out who was behind this group. Scott was on the team, and Carly, and Sam, and Curtis, and Mac. She had to kick Mac out the room because he couldn't lead the investigation into this because she didn't want it to look like it was, some type of bias going on, which is totally understandable. But somebody was coming after her. She had to nip that in the bud. She had Robert and everybody on her side. Pretty much the whole town was backing her up on this. So of course, Carly and Sam headed to the Quartermain Mansion to talk with Ned because also not only was this going on, but the softball game was going on. So Ned was planning for that and trying to strategize with the Q family and stuff about that. And Carly and Sam pretty much accused him of being behind what's going on with Laura, the recall. And he denied it, of course. Michael pissed me off because Michael was like, "Oh, I can see why they would think that you had that they would think that you're behind this or whatever." I'm like, Michael, shut the hell up. Michael need to go sit his ass down somewhere because I done had enough of Michael. Like, first of all, sir, nobody asked you no questions. Nobody rung your bell. Nobody tagged you in. Mind your business. Like, how you gonna sit there and say, "Oh, I could see why they would think that"? Only reason Michael is coming for Ned is behind this whole ELQ Aurora merger. That's the only reason he trying to come for Ned. That's the only reason because there's still tension between them. He know damn well Ned ain't got nothing to do with this. Cause why would Ned come after Laura all of a sudden? When we all know Ned's focus is not on politics. It hasn't been on politics since he left office and Laura took over as mayor. His focus is ELQ, and Michael damn well knows it. He know that. So of course, Laura had to go and visit with Victor. Victor was dressed to play some ball. Like he got the Cassadine family together. He got Alexis together, Ava, Nicholas, and Spencer together to go over strategy for the Cassadine family. And Laura was looking at Victor like, "Oh, look at this." That was my thoughts. Like, look at Victor all dressed up, ready to play some softball. Look at you. So of course she started thinking that Victor had something to do with this. And Victor made it abundantly clear. Victor said, "Listen, if I was coming after you and I did this," he said, "it wouldn't be anonymous. You would know it's me." And Nicholas made it clear, he was like, and if Victor did do something like this, he knows that the family would go against him. So I don't think he would risk it. I'm like, well, yes and no. First of all, Victor definitely has an agenda where Laura is concerned. Do I think that he's coming after her mayor position? Probably not. I wouldn't put it past him. I wouldn't put it past him because he definitely would do it anonymously. Um, a lot of things Victor has done in that town lately has been anonymous. So I wouldn't put Jack, you know, past Victor. Absolutely not. So earlier in the day, Obrecht had got the attention and caused a diversion for somebody to get them out of the way so Scott could take a look at the petition papers to see who may have started all this. And he noticed one of the signatures on that paper was Bobby's. So that was Laura's next visit, was to Bobby. Um, and she thought that Bobby was still upset with her about the whole Scott situation from like 40 years ago. That shit was hilarious because it was totally a miscommunication because Bobby was like, "Yeah, we settled that a long time ago." And I love the flashback that they showed of Bobby and Laura fighting over Scott. It was so hilarious. And I love a good, flashback from back in the day. Go down memory lane a little bit. See them back in their glory days and things. Um, but Bobby made it abundantly clear that she would never sign a petition to get rid of Laura. Um, Bobby thought that she was signing a petition to save the whales. And I'm pretty sure most of the people in Port Charles thought that they were signing the same petition, because whoever started that petition got pretty much a lot of signatures. And you need a lot of signatures in order to even do a recall or even attempt to try a recall. So it was surprising that so many people signed it. And it got everybody to thinking, like, okay, maybe they thought they were signing a different petition, which I'm pretty sure they did, because that's how Bobby ended up signing. They all got hoodwinked and bamboozled into signing it. So come to find out, Miss Wu is also a part of this petition. Her and Brad. And, you know, Sonny and Curtis confronted her or whatever, and Sonny let her know, like, listen, Laura is a dear friend of mine. She's off limits. Back off. So Miss Wu was like, oh, I didn't know, or whatever. Had I known, I would have, you know, never got involved. Because come to find out, Cyrus was a part of this as well. And I'm not even all that surprised that Cyrus Monkeytail was a part of this. And Miss Wu was like, you know, had she known Cyrus was involved, she never would have gotten involved. I love me some Miss Wu. I do. I love Miss Wu. Like I say a million times, she got that quiet danger about her. And she got that mystique about her. She's very mysterious. But I wouldn't put nothing past Miss Wu. I really would not. Like, I would not put a damn thing past that lady. Something always tells me that she's sneaky. That she says all the right things to get Sonny to back off from her a little bit. But something tells me that she is not to be, you know, trusted. So Cyrus was transferred to Pentonville or whatever. So, of course, Laura went to go see him. By the way, I love the flashbacks, too, with Laura and Scott. I freaking loved it. I love when they do those flashbacks. So she went to confront Cyrus or whatever. And he's sitting here talking about righteousness and religion and all this crazy talk. And come to find out, he claims that he's not the head of the organization that did the recall, but he's an advisor. So Laura was like, if they want better for Port Charles, why the hell would they hire a criminal like you? I said, exactly. Cyrus of all people. And I loved the way Laura handled the situation. I freaking loved it. She pretty much just told Cyrus, I forgive you. And thank you for looking out for Port Charles. He was so speechless. Cyrus could not say shit. He had tears in his eyes. That man was speechless because he was completely caught off guard by Laura. I think Cyrus was expecting to get in Laura's head. He was expecting to play mind games with her, get her all riled up, get her upset, and it didn't work. Because she did the opposite of what he was expecting her to do. And instead of him getting in her head, she kind of got in his head. I was here for it. Because that's the best way to deal with somebody like Cyrus. Don't feed into them. You know what I'm saying? Like, simply tell them, you know what? God bless you. Or I forgive you. That's the best way to shut somebody down. Because after you say all that, what else is there for them to say? I love the way Laura handled it. So, of course, you know, Curtis had to get in touch with Portia and let her know that Cyrus is now in Pentonville or whatever. Jordan made it abundantly clear that he's in Pentonville, but it's locked down. Ain't nothing gonna happen. I wouldn't trust Jordan's word. I'm sorry, but I can't. I can't trust her word at this point because I just feel like Jordan does not have control of this town. As police commissioner, a lot of mess goes down that she is not in control of. And we all know Cyrus can reach out from behind prison walls. He could literally just reach. If he wants to reach out to you from behind prison, he can. Because he tried to put it on to Laura like, oh, how could I do anything from behind prison walls? Sir, you literally ordered a Corinthos bloodbath 2 years ago. You ordered a Corinthos bloodbath 2 years ago. From behind prison walls. So if you can do that, you can do this. I'm just saying. He be trying to underplay how powerful he really is. He know damn well all he got to do is do. Hello? Do a recall. I need you to do a petition. Get everybody to sign it. It's nothing. It's nothing for him to do that. A pack of Newport will get you a lot of things in prison. That's all you need is a carton of Newport and ironing somebody's dirty drawers, and trust me, they will step and fetch They will kowtow and do whatever you want them to do. All it costs you is a pack of smokes. That's all it costs you. That's all it costs in prison. Please, people is cheap up in prison. It don't take nothing to get them. Um, but yeah, Portia. I like the fact that Portia wasn't gonna let that stop her from living her life. The fact that he's now in Pentonville, he's close. She was like, I'm still gonna live my life. I'm still gonna enjoy my day. I'm not gonna let him ruin my day. So anyway, I love when Maxie and Laura went to go visit Elizabeth at Shady Brook. And Maxie had brought her some products from Deception and stuff. They went to go check on her and assure her that Nicholas and Finn and everybody was checking in on the boys. Everything was fine. And that they all just want her to get better. I hate that Elizabeth is going through this storyline and we're not seeing the progress, like physically seeing it. Because I feel like it's such a missed opportunity. Like, just to see her dealing with her therapy sessions and stuff, I would love to see that. I think that's what's missing from the storyline. It's her. You know what I'm saying? Like, here we got Finn and them talking about her and the kids talking about her, but we're not seeing the progress for ourselves. And I think that would make for pretty good TV. For us to see her therapy sessions and see her talking about why she's doing this. Like, why she's acting like this. You know what I mean? Like, what's the root cause? I feel like they're definitely dropping the ball on this storyline. And I think it could be much better than what it is. Honestly. Just my two cents. So anyway, moving on from that, it was hilarious when Matt, Kevin, Scott, and Robert were talking about the situation. Then they started talking about they started teasing Scott and stuff because Scott kept being he was under the impression that he could help Laura and also keep Liesl as his girlfriend. And Kevin and all them said, "Listen, that's not possible." They said that is not possible. I felt like it was because at the end of the day, Liesl doesn't strike me as an insecure woman. Like, first of all, Scott and Laura were years ago. Okay? I'm pretty sure feelings are probably still there, but Laura's not thinking about Scott in that way. She just sees him as a very dear friend, and that's it. And Scott obviously romantically has moved on. Like, he's all about his little schnitzel. He all about Liesl. So I don't see him messing that up. It was funny though, seeing the girls together and stuff like that, and Bobby and Lucy going back and forth. That was hilarious. And Bobby was like, "Listen, if I was you, I'd be careful because she might try to steal another man." That shit was hilarious. I love when Bobby and Lucy snark at each other. That shit is funny as hell. So of course Scott comes up in there, and he pretty much gets down on. He pretty much proposes to Liesl. And Liesl was like, get up. She said, no. She said, listen, I am not accepting your marriage proposal. I totally would love to see Liesl and Scott get married. I would love it. But you know what? I respect Liesl's answer of why she don't want to get married. She was like, no, leave it to these other people to get married. Why mess up what we got? I love that because at the end of the day, she's happy with what they have. She doesn't need a ring. She doesn't need anything more. You know what I'm saying? She's content with what they got. It's obvious that they're way too old to be having kids and stuff like that. They're just enjoying each other. They're boyfriend, girlfriend. They're enjoying each other's company. They're having great wild animal sex. Ooh, ooh, ah, ah, ah. They just doing the damn thing. And I respect Liesl for that. She was totally honest. She was like, I don't need a ring. I don't want a ring. I don't need a ring. Do I see them getting married in the future? Probably. I could see her changing her mind. But for right now, I love what they have. Ain't no need to complicate that with no ring. For what? Ain't no need. What they have is good. They don't need to complicate that no further. So anyway, moving on from that. I love the speech that Laura gave at the end about how Port Charles is a strong community, they're a family, how pretty much Port Charles is always going to have problems. You know what I'm saying? They're always going to have issues. It don't matter who's the mayor. Port Charles is always going to have an issue because it's crazy how whoever's in charge of this Friends of Port Charles group, they want her out so bad. And my whole thing is, it don't matter what mayor you put in. There's always gonna be violence in that town. You know what I mean? As long as you got the mafia and all that stuff, it's gonna be violence. But she's doing the best that she can to minimize that. And I feel like Laura has been doing a good job. But there's only but so much she can do. You know, like the city I live in, is so much crime going on. And we don't sit back and blame our mayor for it, you know, because he's doing everything he can to minimize it, you know, but it's only but so much that you can do. Um, but I just loved her speech. You know, she was like, "We're a family, we're a community," and she was like, "Even if I lose the recall, I would be happy if they get somebody in office that's a Port Charles lifer, pretty much somebody who's been in Port Charles their whole life." And she was like, "We're going to continue to grow as a community." I felt like that was a brilliant speech. It was beautiful. You know, she was like, "We're a family that take care of each other." Um, I loved the speech. I really did. I loved every little facet of it because it's so true. It is so stinking true. But anyway, I think that's everything in this episode. I want to say. Let me see, cause I have my notes. By the way, I freaking love the scene with Sunny, Finn, and Violet. I love that scene. She was at the hospital and stuff like that. Cause I think she got poison ivy. Sunny was there because he got hurt in the gym or whatever when he was boxing. I love that scene between them. That was such a dope scene. It was a cute scene. Um, but anyway, I think that's pretty much everything in this episode. I thought it was a pretty decent episode. I thought it was pretty good. For a 15,000 episode, I know they could have done a lot more with flashbacks and older people, but I felt like they did good for what it was. You know what I'm saying? I enjoyed it because I felt like it was a cute episode. It was something fun, something for everybody to come together for a common cause, and I thought it was pretty good. Hit the comment section, let me know what you all thought, and I will see you all later. Have a great day. Peace.